Hi everyone, welcome back to another one. So I've got this neon geometric set of nails that I did today. So I'm jumping straight in because there's a lot of back and forth on this video. So I'm jumping straight in on this index finger. I'm going to do a small chevron when I decide which colour to pick up. So here I'm using my size 10 brush and I picked up a small bead of CJP Flamingo. So I've popped it on, tucking it into that cuticle area, and I'm just making the shape that I want as neat as I can with my brush. Because obviously I'm going to come in and file afterwards anyway. Also making sure them walls are high enough so that I can butt my next colour up to it. I'm not popping in my apex or anything with these beads because these are all design powders, so I need to cap these nails once I've filed them through anyway. So coming on, I'm going to do my chevron on the other finger, and this is bright violet, so I'm just going to do the same here. These geometric sets are my absolute favourite thing to do, but they take me a long time. This set was probably about 2.5 hours altogether, so it's not your average salon set, but if you've got a bit more time then they're great to really push yourself. So while I'm letting those two chevrons dry, I'm going to do I think I'll do an ombre on this nail, so with the bright violet and the flamingo. Again, with these neons, they're much the same as the dark powders. If you touch the skin with them, they will stain straight away. So if you need to bleed that bead while you're popping it on your cuticle area so it doesn't run backwards, then do that. So here I'm popping on a bead of flamingo and I'm just blending it back down and then back up the free edge. Again, these are quite thin because I'm going to come in and cap them in my clear afterwards anyway. Just checking my little chevron's dry, and it's not quite. I'm just coming in with a bead of CJP Navy. Now this one is a strength powder, so I don't need to cap this one. I do a lot of fussing and faffing on this now. I'm really irritated watching it back, so if you're getting annoyed, sorry about that. I got really annoyed doing this nail actually, because every time I put another bead on that free edge I kept flipping wiping it off again. My kitchen was really cold and my client's hands were freezing, so I had to speed some of the chevron bit up because they were taking forever to cure. So now that's cured, I'm coming in with a file. I'm pushing flat against those sides, the walls that you've built there. Paying attention right on that point there as well, you want it nice and crisp. So coming in with my next chevron in navy. And once you're popping your second chevron on, I always find this the most difficult part, making sure that it's equal thickness both sides. So just keep coming back, having a look, making sure they look the same width either side. And again, see there down near the cuticle, I need to add another bead down there. So just going to let you watch now because I do like to ramble, and then I'll pop back when I need to. So I've come in and I've capped that middle finger and the thumb, and then I've just come in and filed that chevron, make sure it's nice and sharp and how I want it, and then I'm going to come in with the next colour on this one, which I think is bright violet. And I was going to do another chevron on here, but then I decided to do like a triangle on the side of the nail. You'll see what I mean. I'm not very good at explaining. So where I've changed my mind, I'll just cut in with the point of my brush there and then just slide that off the nail. And it's at exactly the same angle as that navy chevron. So once I come in to file that one, I'm going to put it dead flat against the navy triangle to make sure that it's exactly the same point on there. I'm doing the same on this one, but I'm going to put my triangle on the opposite side of the nail. When you're doing this bit, you want to make sure you pull that colour right up to the very tip of that last chevron, because if you don't, you'll have like a little gap when you've filed it all and you won't notice until you've filed it either, which is even more annoying because you can't do anything about it then. I had a few little gaps and bits in these, but overall I'm still really happy how they turned out as well. So keeping your starting point up against that navy chevron already there, and then just follow that line that you've already made with that one. Don't forget to follow the file round to the side wall of that nail as well. So then all I'm going to do on both of these is just add the first colour on each finger back again, like a thin wash, and then I'm going to add some strips of angel paper and then cap them, and then I'll be back. So coming into filing this now, I'm just going to show you this one, because it's already a really long video, but this is where the magic happens. Well, this is the bit where you hold your breath in hopes that the magic has happened. So filing the same as usual, sidewalls, free edge and cuticle area. Now if you notice, I've turned the hand around there just to check that that they're nice and straight from my view and the client's view. And then I'm just going to keep going over this until the cuts are nice and clean and all that excess off the top's been filed away. So once I've finished filing these geometric nails, I do come in and cap them as well, because obviously they're not strength powders. And I'm not Superwoman, I do not file that fast, we've sped it up a little bit. So I'm just going to dust off, because then you can see where you still need to file, and then I will spray with sanitizer just so that I can see exactly if I need to take any more off or if it's fine. See, I'm just showing you there's a slight bit on the side there that was still overlapping. So just come back in with your file and take it off all the time. If you want to spray that a billion times to check, then you can do. I'm certainly not one of those techs that can just do this with my brush on its own. So here we're coming to the top coat. I'm using my tuck free top gloss. I'm telling my lady to put her finger down. I know that over the camera it looked that second chevron looks black, but it is definitely navy. And I was going to put a chrome over these ombre ones, but when I top coated it I thought no, I love it, so I just left it like it was. So once I'm finished top coating them, I come in and just pop a sparkly gem on, just on that middle finger, again from Dawny B Gems on Facebook. I will leave her link in the description box as well for you. See how shiny that top gloss is. Oh, it's amazing. So to adhere these, as they're fairly big, I'll come in with a smallish bead of acrylic, just clear acrylic. And you kind of have to keep nudging it in place whilst you're waiting for it to start setting. And then you want to tuck your product back underneath. And then I decided I didn't like it square on, so I turned it on the side. So then I'll check under the sides, because it's obviously quite a pointy one which doesn't sit flat on the nail, so I'll just drop like a small bead of acrylic just underneath those sides, just so that they don't catch on everything. She doesn't catch them in her, well, she doesn't catch them in her hair so much. So see, just dropping that under there and then tucking it under. No, here we are guys. I'm just going to cuticle oil, and just want to say thanks so much for your lovely comments. Honestly, they mean the world. It's so lovely of you all, and thank you so much for subscribing. If you haven't already, I'd really love it if you would do. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's been a bit long, but I do absolutely love this set. So I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye bye.